the boys at KTR, Earls, the Red, and Mr. Bonesaw. Talking Ricky versus Macho, oh so awesome. Oh, yeah. Breaking glass just like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh so high like Barbie. This is the Tim Show, you can't see me. Show's gonna kill you is what the yell. Shut the up and ring the bell. So quick, so hard, go 1, 2, 3. Hit it every Wednesday like NXT. Talk so tough, it hit your jaw. Right in the smackdown, keeping it raw. This is a takeover, not a pay-per-view. Now get ready for Kayfabe Talk Radio. Right in the
Welcome everyone to this week of KTR. I am Eric the Red John, along with, as always,
Mr. Bonesaw.
And that song is in tribute to Braun Strowman wrecking shit last night. I know he didn't wreck any couches that we know of, but yeah.
I thought it was actually for WWE wrecking their talent. Yeah. What? As much as I do love seeing him go on a rampage, made no fucking sense.
It was stock footage. It was literally fucking just fodder for, hey, remember that time of last year when Braun Strowman wrecked everything? Yeah, let's just do it randomly to try to get some cheers because, yeah, the San Antonio crowd is kind of fucking dead.
Yeah, but what doesn't make any sense is, like, okay, you could have done the whole him destroying shit, like, if you'd said, oh, he was suspended for, like, a night or a week, you know, he would be, or you could have said, oh, well, he's in trouble, that he did that, but, like, you had, which makes no fucking sense, because you had, in the previous couple pay-per-views, he's injured people beforehand, he's attacked Roman Reigns, put him in, what was he, kayfabe, he put him in the hospital, or like, it was like his destroyed sternum or something, he was like coughing on blood, and he tipped over he had the ambulance tipped over, he cracked him in the fucking sternum like multiple times with the steps. So you had him like destroying guys and like fucking potentially ending careers, and then Roman Reigns does the same fucking thing back to him, and then now because he injured two guys that are supposedly invulnerable, you have Brock Lesnar, which, make up your fucking mind. Is the guy like indestructible, or is he like a god Superman monster? Because I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Brock Lesnar anymore. It's like, oh, he's so vulnerable and injured, and he's getting wheeled off on like stretchers. Oh no, he's coming back and he's like winning the match with like one finisher, even though he's supposedly kayfabe hurt. Like, that annoys the shit out of me. Like, you know, like, he doesn't even sell. You know, like, I'm sorry I turned this into a rant about Brock Lesnar, but I mean, that's the main issue I have with WWE now, is like, they do certain things in storyline, and then the talent doesn't sell, like, what's going on. And if they do, the fucking storyline itself doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I really don't get how, like, okay, if a guy in story could lift a fucking 12,000 pound semi and fucking just toss it on its side, but it can't beat a fucking 40-year-old asthmatic, like, Think about that. Oh, I can lift up. All right, I also want to mention this too. I listened to my podcast. The podcast. I'm like the hugest fan of the DTKC show, and Dave mentioned last night that I didn't even catch this. That while he was lifting the car up, he was adjusting his right hand. So he was holding with one hand, and he just says, "I want science. I want people to add science into the equation." And think to yourselves, okay, if you could lift up, say your couch, or even your dresser or whatever, if you hold it with one hand and then you adjust your hand, or you wipe your nose or something, science and gravity will fucking win, and that thing's gonna be tipping right back on toward you. So the fact that people actually did think, oh yeah, Braun Strowman lifted that up, yeah. He cannot do it with one hand, let alone you fucking saw the thing fucking with all the camera angles bouncing over the place. You were able to see the fucking crane jumping around.
See, no, what doesn't make any fucking sense is you're doing multiple takes. Obviously, they're using a crane, so this isn't happening. This isn't happening live. This is happening with edits. You're seeing this, and you're editing this. Why wouldn't you edit that part out?
Listen. You know what? I don't understand. Like when they did the ambulance at first, I was like, you know what? It was corny, but okay, that's fine. It was kind of funny. I didn't enjoy this at all. I did not enjoy it. It was just like, all right, you're just doing what you did fucking 9 months ago, and it's not funny. It's not cool. It's not holy shit. It's just you're doing what you did a few months ago.
You're doing the same spot.
You're doing the same exact spot.
What the thing was last week was like fine when he ripped down the.
Yeah, but that's believable.
That was fine because that was new.
It's new. It's believable. I mean, yeah, okay. We've seen like I remember someone on Twitter brought up to me, oh yeah, well Big Show brought down the last week. They were like, oh, someone told me, if you remember when Big Show first got there in the Attitude Era, he pulled down the Titantron screen. Yeah, I mean, that was hokey too, but like, at least like what Braun did, it was like no one took a fucking whatever that thing was.
It was like a grappling hook.
Yeah, the grappling hook. Yeah, like no one ever in wrestling was like, oh, I'm gonna take a grappling hook and just pull these fucking steel rigging down.
Yeah, he threw the grappling hook into the rafters, and then ripped the fucking thing down.
I mean,
that's like but you know what, I can believe that because like sometimes, those things are not like in place and they're not steady, so I could sort of believe it. It doesn't make sense that he would get he would have perfect Batman accuracy with a fucking grappling hook to rip it down, but at least it's a little bit more believable than guy who rips off a semi and tips it over.
Yeah.
And you know what the issue is? They gotta stop doing this. Is the issue is WWE doesn't know how to do anything original. It just takes something that was already over, and then they're like, oh, it's over now, so we'll do it 1,000 other times, and then make you fucking sick of it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hate me. You're really gonna hate me for this, and not for the reason why I know you will, but just like what they're doing with Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so happy, and now it's a few weeks again. I'm already
No, we both know. He might still have a chance to get the gimmick over, but obviously he's not writing it. Obviously, we know he has nothing to do with the writing of the storylines that he has with Bray Wyatt and himself, and obviously whatever the fuck they're writing, it's going towards either the the upper mid card where the championships are, or it's for the high card. And for whatever reason, like Raw has been. I mean, the entirety of the roster and both shows have been terrible, and even NXT has had a noticeably, change in quality in terms of like the way people have been written doesn't make quite as much sense.
Well, at least with NXT, it's more of like, we're not gonna have this guy just go in the back and he's gonna do break stuff, and then we're gonna have the boss come out and say, "Oh, I called the cops. Oh no, you wrecked too much stuff. No, I don't call cops no more. No, I call my boss now. You're rehired now." I'm sorry. Like, I love Kurt Angle. I love Braun. Shitty segment. It was just, I couldn't even ironically get into it. It was like, I laughed, like, okay, like, the very beginning where it was like, he was backstage throwing the guys, and like, motherfuckers were flying. I was like, okay, this is off to a good start. Comes back in catering, chokeslams, what's his name there, Kurt Hawkins through a table, and then eats a cake, a guy that's just frozen into place, and then they give you the illusion that the guy pissed on the floor. Like, okay, that was fine. But him going in the back, and him gently throwing Michael Cole, it was like, okay, that could have fucking, yeah, you completely ruined it.
No, you know what would have been better? He picked up Michael Cole, and then he did the running power slam onto the onto the railing, and then like chucked. Then he just like rolled him off to the stage or something. Like if you'd done the running power slam onto the stage and then just like rolled him off the ramp,
well, why
and then
couldn't
you saw a bunch of people like him slowly, like rolling off, and then like because a power slam really isn't that dangerous, and I think he's pretty safe with it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, the guy's been working for how long? He can't just take a bump and then, then you could like slowly push him off the stage to make it seem like he's like really hurt. It would have been better than he got thrown into like 6 guys in the most gentle way possible.
Even if he just rolled him into the ring like what Brock did like 2 years ago, and like when Brock just F5'd Michael Cole into the ring, they could have just rolled Michael Cole in the ring, and then like security guards are trying to fight him off, and Michael Cole escapes.
You know what?
He runs
Why
after
that doesn't
him.
work is because the Raw, the
table's far further away.
Yeah. Away.
Yeah, I know, but it could have.
But why couldn't you have a part of the ring that was like rigged up? See, this is the fucking issue. It's like they don't think ahead. It's like, you could have had a certain part of like the stage that was like softened. They put like extra padding underneath. Like do something. Like you're doing a big fucking thing where you're gonna have like you're obviously making this like a huge segment for the show.
I got a fucking tremendous idea. I got a tremendous idea. People are gonna love me for this. Okay, so you know how the announce table's on a platform, right?
Yeah.
What they could have did was on that platform they could have made a trap door, and then while Braun Strowman's coming out, they could have had the announcers like with their feet or whatever, or when where the crowd's not looking, they could have had the trap door and had it like ready to go. So what they could have did was they could have the announcers like Booker T or even Michael Cole be the victim here of Braun Strowman. Have Michael Cole go into that little hole there so he's protected, and then throw the announce table on top of Michael Cole in story.
True.
And then just been like, oh man, like Cole's crushed. He's he might be out for a couple weeks, which nothing for nothing. You got Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler coming out next week, so Michael Cole's really not going to be missed.
Or they could, what would have been even better? if they had, like you said, they did it with a trapdoor, and you just see Braun just, like, bust through the top of it and rip Michael Cole down. Like, like, how, like, they do the whole spot, like, the Kane spot, where they come, like, ripping somebody down through the,
Yeah,
through
oh yeah.
the ring? Do that with the fucking stage. Like, you have him come up and just, like, rip Michael Cole down, and then
See, the problem
Michael
with
Cole
that...
is gone for a bit, and then you see Braun Strowman come back up and go to the announce table and start announcing the matches.
see the problem with that is, like, the little platform that the table's on, as well as the actual stage, is no more than, like, fucking 3 feet tall. It's not like back in the day where you had, like, the 6-foot tall stages.
No, but I mean, like, you could have had a trapdoor. Like, you could have had him, like, fucking, like, kind of, like, kneeling, like, go underneath through a section
That
and just pop
motherfuckers
up and
would
bring the
have
guy
to...
down.
Braun would have to fucking lay down. He would have to fucking lay down like you do, like, under the hood of a car, like, under a car, like, in order to fucking get this guy. That stage is too tiny for him to pull that off, but I see where you're going with it. If they made it, if for one night they could have done something a little different with the set.
Or you could have had him bust through the fucking stage.
Yeah, you could have done that too.
You had him bust through the stage. He throws Michael Cole backstage, beats the crap out of him. You didn't have to throw him off the fucking stage. It looks so fake.
Even if it wasn't Michael Cole, you know what? They could have even done fucking Booker T. You know, like, Booker T could have taken that spot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people would have just been just as happy not to hear Booker T on on the announce table.
Oh, dude, I am so fucking tired. I am so fucking tired
But
of Booker T.
even the quality, and to be honest, you might disagree with me, but the quality of NXT's been going downhill too. Like Wednesday, like there were some good matches, but it was like, okay, you had a squash match with Lord Sullivan. I'm like, okay, you could have had a competitive. The guys had competitive matches before, like really Leo Rush. Like, okay, we weren't going to take this fucking match seriously. I mean, he got like maybe one hope spot in, but it was like, okay,
they're telling a story with Leo Rush.
Fucking sense. Huh?
It's to tell a story. That's all it is.
No, but like other than what's her name? The one girl.
Shayna Baszler.
Baszler, when she basically cracked her freaking arm, that was probably the coolest like spot in the entire show. And then you had the match at the end where they had the Undisputed Era versus it was versus
Strong and Aleister Black.
Aleister Black and Strong, and they made Aleister Black look like an idiot.
Yep.
They made him look like an idiot. Like, this guy's supposed to be like calm and like mellow and constantly analyzing his opponents. And I love Adam Cole, but like he shouldn't be getting under this guy's skin. Like his whole shtick is supposed to be like he's cool and calm and always thinking and strategizing. Like, he has him like getting under his skin, and then he's like chasing him up the fucking steps, only to go like look around and go, oh, you mean my partner got tag teamed because I let my tag team partner in the ring by himself with 2 other guys, and then he's like looking around like confused. Like, you chased Adam Cole, who's not in the fucking match, up the steps while your partner's getting his ass kicked. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
That's terrible writing to me. It's like, that doesn't make sense. And it's like, it's a bigger problem. Like, is it because, like, I feel like the writers can't be writing something this stupid, because these are all professional writers. Obviously, they would have like some better grasp of storytelling and the ability to make something that's believable. It's like, is it Vince giving like telling them what they should be writing? Like, I don't understand what the hell's going on, because it's starting to become a bigger problem for the company at large. It's not just one brand. Like, how we say, sometimes Raw is bad, sometimes SmackDown's good, and then it varies from week to week or month to month. Now it just seems like the entirety of the company is having the same problem.
Well, I mean, NXT, I can't really, you know what, I mean, like, people will say, oh, yeah, NXT's declining, because, when they get up to the main roster, and, it's like, what the whole point of NXT is supposed to be the next future stars, where it's like, I've been looking at NXT now ever since everybody and their grandmother got called up during the draft, where I looked at NXT now, where it's like, okay, let's have guys here that okay, they got these guys, let's try to make something out of them, and let's make this into its own show. So that's why it's like, I can't really shit on it being the aspect of, oh man, like, these guys are awesome down here, and we know they're going to get ruined up there. It's like, yes, that's true, but let's enjoy it for what it is. But even then, it's like, okay, they do, like, I'm still not happy that fucking Johnny Gargano pinned Aleister Black. I don't care who interfered. My thoughts is, this guy, Aleister, should have been protected like motherfucking Asuka. Like, I'm not necessarily saying, oh, he should have been, like, he should have had a Goldberg-level streak, but been undefeated, at least be undefeated, at least until you got the fucking NXT title. I really don't understand it.
Or he should have lost when he went for the championship itself.
I don't know. The guy eventually should get the belt. But the reason why I fear that they're humanizing him is because I feel like, I hate to say this, even though we got a lot of people that like him, like you, me, and a lot of other podcasts, and there's a lot of fans that like him. I got the feeling that maybe for the most part they don't feel like he's over enough.
See, the thing with that is it doesn't make sense, because there are a lot of people. He is like, when you think of guys are like, you have everything there that a huge superstar needs. He has good music. He has good personality. His ring work is fantastic. And look, we're not saying he should be like a Superman. Like he's having squash matches. Like, I'm not saying he should have Goldberg level squash matches every time he goes out there. It can be a competitive match. But don't make him look like he's a fucking idiot. Don't make him get like double teamed all throughout a match and not have like an answer to it. Because it's like, this guy is supposed to be like a guy who's constantly thinking. He's constantly, he doesn't give a fuck about your mind games. That's why that match between him and Velveteen Dream was so good. It's because it's a competitive match, but you can tell everything that Velveteen Dream is throwing at Aleister, he has an answer to it. He's thought of a way to top him, and it doesn't make sense when you have a guy like that and he's going in and he's getting his ass kicked and he's getting exposed, kayfabe exposed, but like his character is being kind of ridiculed for making a stupid decision and acting overly emotional when he's not that type of character. It's the writing. It just seems like the writing is off. Like, I don't know. Maybe they poached some of the NXT writing staff to come up to Raw and SmackDown because they're having issues. Who knows? But for the most part, I'm noticing like a steep decline in quality overall. Because even during that, remember that Shawn Michaels, like the match where he was the referee for Adam Cole and Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, that match sucked.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was like, okay, you put a lot of shine on Shawn Michaels, but like, these are two entertaining guys. Like, this match should have been like a 5-star match. Like, there's no reason that this should have been as bad as it was.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's shining moments to come in pro wrestling, and it's like, but it's like, when you take away what Wrestle Kingdom was, and I know it sounds like you and I are fucking New Japan supermarks here, but
Well,
when
it
you
was
take away
no,
that,
because when I remember when right around the time, because you were like, okay, I think Japan for the most part they're in a lot of trouble because during that time they had lost Gallows and Anderson, they had lost AJ Styles, and they had lost Nakamura, and they were for a while their main draws. Other than Tanahashi and Okada, you didn't know what the hell was going on. And
yeah,
before that, they had lost Prince Devitt, future Finn Balor. Um, so you didn't know what the hell was going on with them. Now, it's the same thing with NXT, where NXT got poached and they still managed to have some kind of consistency. But Japan went above and beyond because we thought, okay, yeah, they're going to stay together as a corporation, as a company, because they, have the ability to, they're a known brand and known entity in Japan. But during that time around 2015, 2016, nobody knew what the hell was going on. We didn't know if Japan was going to stay the company it had been. We didn't know if Japan was going to flounder and lose its foothold in North America in terms of people watching. Because every Wrestle Kingdom up until that point was like it was when people would be watching Japan, and now after Wrestle Kingdom 10 you lost AJ Styles, you lost Nakamura, and that was the big focal point of that Wrestle Kingdom, and that was that match, and that those two guys that had that fantastic match were going to the US, they were going to WWE, and when it comes down to it, it's a lot of people were thinking I've been to that point. I really didn't watch Japan like I do now. You made the point. It's like, okay, is Kenny Omega a viable leader of the Bullet Club? I like the Young Bucks and everybody else, but it's like, are these main event guys? Japan allowed these guys to have the ball and run with it. And now you have a whole stable of new main event guys in Japan that are young and talented and ready to go. Yeah, once in a while they'll bring back an old veteran, but they're letting all these young guys be the top stars in their company. And Japan, and the reason me and Eric like Japan so much is because storyline wise, much better. Presentation, yeah. Sometimes some of the issues with the presentation are from they're from a production standpoint. Sometimes the production isn't the greatest, but for the most part, I'd say Japan respects the intelligence of their fans more than WWE does. And
by leaps and fucking bounds, like. You could take a simple story like, okay, I'm gonna make an old school reference here from I'll be generous because more people did watch WWF in the 80s. Okay, simple story here, right? Okay, we'll take what's a good story to go with? Fuck it, well it's popular enough. We'll go with Jimmy Snuka and Piper. Why was there a feud? Because Piper had a talk show and he cracked a coconut over Snuka's head, so therefore he wanted revenge on Piper. Simple story, right? In Japan, say you have guys like, what's a simplistic feud there? Okay, let's go with Suzuki and Hiroki Goto, for instance. Why did these guys get to the point where they have to shave each other's head? They have humiliation. Well, it all started with Hiroki Goto just being the champion, and then Suzuki wanted that belt, and it had to been more than just, I want the title. It was more of, I want to break this guy, I want to humiliate him. And in Suzuki's mind, chaos is a dying and floundering faction. And he wanted to expose that at the expense of a guy like Hiroki Goto. It's a simple story. Yes, they get a lot more continuity, and yes, the story can span a couple years, but again, less is more. It doesn't need to be all this fucking confusion. Everything becomes too convoluted in WWE land. And I think that's what really becomes the problem. Where it's like...
Well, or especially when it's like a situation where they have like a double turn thing and it's been building, and you know the guy's gonna turn, and it doesn't make any fucking sense sometimes. It's like, okay, okay, a perfect example of a good storyline. Guy, I'm gonna use the double turn with Stone Cold and Bret Hart. Stone Cold's a badass. He doesn't give a shit about what the fans think of him. He's you know, he goes in. Bret Hart is the champion. He's the embodiment of, you know, working hard and you know, and doing, you know, like working and being the guy that, you know, is talented and hardworking and believes in his own, you know, abilities. Now you have them go in. Stone Cold starts to fight, you know, Bret Hart, and Bret Hart is, you know, like he, you know, kicking the shit out of him, and they're going at each other, and then you start to see like the facade of Bret Hart and being like, you know, like everyman and being a guy for the good guy. And it's like his facade starts to slip away because he's like, okay, I can't put away these guys like him because I'm too nice and I'm not, you know, vicious enough. And then you have Stone Cold change. It's because he is, you know, he's a badass, but he's unbreakable. He's unshakable. He's not like every other heel. He's not a guy who's gonna just give up and tap out when shit goes bad. He's gonna fight with everything he has. So it's like, that's how you do a proper double turn back in the 90s. Now, if they want to do a double turn, well, it's like, oh well, he's a bad guy because he just, you know, he just got mad at something that was written on Twitter, and he decided to be a bad guy now. There's no a lot of it has no logic. It's like if you do a turn now, it ends up being, you know, kind of like out of left field, and it's like they've been doing that for a very long time. Where like you had Big Show, prime example. Why did you turn? Oh, I don't know. Okay, so why are you a good guy? I don't know. Or are you a bad guy? I don't know. And Kane, another this whole fucking thing that they had with the Kane fighting Braun Strowman, and that what was that, SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Or no, it was Survivor. It was Survivor Series. It was Survivor Series.
Why did you turn, Kane? I don't know.
Why did no, I mean, why did, like, he was already a heel, but, like, why did he attack his own team member? It didn't fucking make any sense. And this whole feud, it's just, like, the whole feud with Kim and Kane doesn't really make sense, and because they could have said, oh, because my brother's gone, I'm the top monster, you aren't. And when I'm done with you, I'm gonna... It would have made so much more sense if it had been a ploy to get to Roman Reigns. It's like, oh, I'm doing this because you're the one man that beat Roman Reigns and destroyed him, and I want to prove to him that I can end you as a mind game to getting to him. I would have made more fucking sense than, oh, well, you just pushed me, you know, in the heat of the moment, and, you know, fuck that guy, I want to really hurt him now. Like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, It's like they just do shit just to do it. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And like in any sense of the word, like, okay. And this is gonna be the final nail in the coffin. Look what they did with Jericho and Omega.
Oh man, I mean,
look at what they did with Jericho and Omega, and then when they did after that with Naito. Think about that. Think about how well crafted that was. The build up to that. They already knew it was a major match. They knew what people were gonna think, and they delivered, and they gave you something and said, "Fuck, he just busted him open. He's attacking him because Omega's saying he's the god of wrestling and he's the best in the world. No one can touch him anymore." And you have Jericho, who's a fucking complete narcissist, coming out and saying, "No, I'm the greatest of all time. I'm going to destroy you to prove a point." That's all you need. That's all you fucking need. That's all you've ever needed. Is just a basic, like, they don't understand the fucking concept of keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, for a company that fucking that has become lazy, it doesn't make sense. They're a lazy company, but yet they have to fucking think all day and all week. We need a tremendous story. And because there's so many fucking plot holes, and because there's so many people that when they get the story written out, they're like, "Oh, well, we can't do this because it'll offend this culture, and we can't do this because it'll offend that market, and we can't do this because we have this distribution deal, and we can't do this because of this reason."
No, but you don't need to offend any. Like, if you go to Japan, no one's offending anybody unless you're Jim Cornette and you're a fucking old fogey. But even then, it was like, okay, he wrestled a fucking blow-up doll. I mean, they're not even doing that. They're doing that in other companies in Japan. They're just doing regular wrestling. Obviously, you hear curse words every once in a while, but fuck, who cares? You can edit it out. You can bleep it out. They say curse words in fucking WWE. They mumble it, or you can't hear it because they edited it out. But it happens. Like, what gets me is they have the ability, they have the production team, but they do nothing with it. They have no fucking ideas. And this is the thing about their writing. If you look at the writing, it's I was watching I was watching one of those, like, behind the scenes. I was watching South Park. And they were doing like a behind the scenes of how they come up with the ideas for their stories. And they say, we never do then. Like, when we're writing a story, we never end a sentence and then go into the next sentence with a then. We always go, why? Why is Stan doing this? Why is Cartman reacting to this? It's why and then. Why and because of. Never just then. Like, you don't just end something and go, oh, something else is happening randomly because it's completely different. You have to have a why and because of. Because at the end of the day, everything they do just seems fucking random. It's never a cause and effect chain. Like, in storytelling, there's supposed to be a cause and effect, and there has to be a beginning of the story, a middle of the story, a climax, and an end. None of that happens in WWE. And I get it. A lot of the times, I would be more willing and gracious to say, oh, it's not their fault because this so-and-so got injured before the storyline was ended, or people didn't respond to this storyline, so they ended it prematurely. No, they go and do fucking maybe 1 or 2 matches, and there's never a fucking blow-off. Or they'll do like 50 of the same fucking match in the span of a month, and you're like, okay, when's the blow-off? When is the moment that the feud ends?
Right.
They don't do that. They don't do basic fucking storytelling, and it drives me insane. And it makes no fucking sense in the overarching, like, if you are a company, if you're a company and you are doing an overarching storyline, wouldn't you make sure that you go and you plot everything out in great detail rather than, because it just seems like they're letting little kids just like fucking randomly throw balls at the wall, whatever fucking sticks is their idea for the week. It's like remember like South Park was making fun of Family Guy, and they were saying, oh well, Family Guy just like is a bunch of dolphins and with like round balls, and then whatever they pick is the joke of the week.
No, it's either one or two things. It's to steal a joke from my buddy Greg that made this a couple years ago. It's a fucking dart. They have a fucking dartboard, and then they just throw the dart at whatever idea that's on the dartboard, and go, okay, yeah, we go with that. Or it's The Simpsons, where it's just a boardroom of fucking monkeys.
No, you know what? I
and then Vince McMahon is Homer, and Vince McMahon is Homer, and then the one idea, good idea, you stupid monkey.
Yeah, but the issue is Vince is the fucking problem. It's not. It can't be all these writers. Cannot.
No, I'm not saying it's a bribe. I'm not saying it's all the writers. Are the writers innocent? By no means are they innocent. But is it okay? All right. Everyone that for the past like 10, 15 years, everybody's pointing the blame at Vince. And the reason why I can't fully blame him anymore, 100% why I can't blame him anymore, is mostly due to the fact that this guy is no longer at SmackDowns religiously. Okay? Guy does not pay attention to NXT. Does the guy have a lot of input still? Of course he fucking does. It's his company. I wholeheartedly feel like, and the reason why the company will not grow after Vince McMahon's gone, is Stephanie McMahon. I feel like she is the primary fucking focus because she loves these fucking stupid, dramatic storylines because of, oh, when I was a little girl, I used to watch all these soap operas. That's where all these ideas are coming from, Stephanie. This whole Nia Jax Enzo thing is from Stephanie. The Lana and Ziggler shit was all Stephanie. And it's like all this other shit that's probably happening. Wouldn't be surprised if, somebody ran behind her. She's like, yes, that's great. That's fantastic. So that's why I don't see this company getting any better when Vince is gone. It's a decline because the excuse that Stephanie will always have is, I'm doing this for my daddy. This is his vision and I'm going to live with it. She's not going to do anything creative.
That they just sell the fucking company.
Can we just sell the company to Fox and call it a day?
No, you know what would happen then if they sold it to Fox?
I heard that rumor this week, and it's like...
Oh, you know who owns Fox now, right?
Disney? Who?
Disney.
Oh, they actually do?
You'd have Disney would own WWE.
You know what, man? Donald Trump is the president. Donald Trump is the president. Why the fuck not? Let's just let the worst happen to WWE now.
Oh my god.
It just seems
like you've gotten to the point where it's like, yeah, there's a fucking new coming.
Yeah. You know what, man? Here's what I'm gonna. In 2018 in WWE land, I think right after WrestleMania ends, I'm gonna play the old man card. I'm gonna come around for my nostalgia. I'm gonna keep my network for my nostalgia with this company. because that's where WWE still has me on by a hook, is the nostalgia, the member berries. But other than that, it's like, unless you do anything creative, it's like, yes, you have guys I like AJ Styles, Nakamura, Finn Balor. Motherfucker, I could go on YouTube or the New Japan Network and watch old matches of them. I could go on Ring of Honor's page and watch old matches of AJ and Samoa Joe and whatnot. You know what I mean? It's like, or if there's a good match, I can always watch it.
But think about what. Okay, AJ Styles had a couple good matches, but what has Samoa Joe, other than NXT, what has he done in the company at all? He's either been injured or they fucking buried him.
He
because
cuts good
Brock.
promos. He does cut good. He still does cut good promos. He has some of the more believable promos of a guy like. I love Braun and all, but like the promo department, he's not the greatest in. And Samoa Joe, it's like he at least has like this fire, this intensity of like what, and he actually sounds like a human being that's, you know, a badass. It's not like he doesn't sound robotic. He has good promos, but it's like in WWE, it's like, yeah, he's been getting hurt. He's either been getting hurt, and it's like, and it sucks because he's out for the Rumble. And it's like, this guy has not been on a Rumble yet. He has not been at a WrestleMania yet. His only big pay-per-views so far have been SummerSlam and Survivor Series. That's it.
Great balls of fire.
I'm talking about big pay-per-views.
Oh, he was the main event, though. You remember that fucking shit show?
Oh, you mean Bad Blood, right? The one where it was like, yeah, we're gonna bring back Bad Blood, and then Vince McMahon thought it'd be hilarious if we get Jerry Lee Lewis copyrights just for this pay-per-view name, and yeah, we're gonna do that, and yet everyone's gonna coincidentally bleed on the pay-per-view that was supposed to be called Bad Blood. Yeah. Fucking. But no, man. Like, next Monday, I can't lie, I'm looking forward to seeing, like, the legends and shit. I'm looking forward to see... I'm looking forward to see the production in terms of, like, the Manhattan Center. I'm curious to see how the layout's gonna be. I mean, you know, if anything, I guess you could say I'm more curious. I can't say
it's watching like somebody's. It feels like, you know, like when you go to like an old like a nursing home and you see like your grandparents and they're like fucking miserable and like they're just like thinking to themselves like, Billy, can you kill me, please? Like, I just feel like it's just like you're watching somebody who's slowly dying.
Next week's Raw is gonna be like Fuller House.
Oh God. Yeah, when is someone gonna euthanize one of the old men from Fuller House? You just like one of the episodes, like in one of the new, like if they come out with like a Fullest House, like a third series, they have to euthanize like one of either they have to euthanize Uncle Joey because he has fucking Alzheimer's.
God damn, dude.
you see
fucking poor John Stamos there.
Yeah, dude, John Stamos just like he's going. You're gonna have to suffocate him with a pillow.
I lost half my eyesight. Is my hair still good?
I feel like Bob Saget would be like if he was on the show, like in the he'd actually be pretty fucking senile, and he'd probably be like pinching women's asses or something.
Dude, like, watching that, like, just watch.
Hey, you ever watch America's Funniest Videos? You want to make one?
Dude, watching Fuller House, when the little of Fuller House I did watch from that first season, just seeing Bob Saget on there is so awkward, knowing that it's like he went from being like one of the, no pun intended, or you know, I'm not being funny here, like he's like pretty much like the top American dad of like the 90s to a degree, whereas like this wholesome, you know, completely white nerdy guy, you know, loves his kids, you know, he loves to clean and all this shit, to now it's like he's just pretty much, you can't break away the fact that this guy, you can't suspend your disbelief of looking at him and go, that's not Danny Tanner anymore. That's fucking that dirty old Bob Saget that just says really horrible things.
I know, right?
Like, you can't, like, I can't look at him.
I've heard that he used to, like, him and the guy who plays Uncle Joey used to get fucking high on glue. They would get high on glue during, like, I'm dead serious. They would get high on glue during the taping of Full House.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm gonna send it to you.
Wait.
I think Stamos used to do it too.
Wait, man. You know what, though? Alanis Morissette warned us. You think that Uncle Joey's a good guy? You ought to know.
Oh, no. I'm gonna find it.
Alright. I just typed into Full House sniffing glue. Alright, what the fuck? What the fuck was his real name? Oh, god dang. What the hell? Oh, fuck. I gotta play... Fuck it. Let me Google it. Okay, Uncle Joey. Full House... Dave Coulier. There you go. Alright. Dave Coulier. Alright. The first headline, you ought to know there's more to Dave Coulier. Oh, it's tremendous. Let's see.
Oh, no, I've actually found out. Oh no. No, you know what they did? They took you know the Ready Whip?
Yeah.
The nitrous oxide?
Yep.
They would inhale that.
Damn right.
I'll read the quote. I swung open the refrigerator and behold, 6 cans of whipped cream. Ready Whip. Nitrous oxide is dangerous. It can cause brain damage. So Dave and John followed my lead, and we inhaled a little bit of air still left in the cans that were meant for Michelle's birthday cake scene. I guess we got high. I don't think so. It was hard to tell because we were in a hurry and the whipped cream started squirting everywhere.
Wake up, San Francisco!
Oh god.
Oh man. Oh, that's fucking tremendous.
And oh no, there's another time where he started pretending that he was humping a 4 foot tall rubber doll.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Why not?
Oh god.
Oh man. Anyway, let's look at this lineup that we got today. So we're talking about Legends and whatever. That's gonna be at Raw this coming Monday. But we're not officially. It's officially Hall of Fame season coming up, and announced that Goldberg is the first inductee to the 2018 Hall of Fame.
You know what? Yeah, that's good. That's good for him.
You know what? I will say though, I don't care if there's rumors of the guy fucking wrestling. I really don't give a shit. I mean, you and I think Undertaker should have been retired already. But the fact that Goldberg's in here before Undertaker is, you know, it doesn't make sense to me.
You know what? They're because of they want to keep the rumors going about the whole thing, like him coming back for WrestleMania. So I think they want people to tune into WrestleMania to maybe see Undertaker, and if it comes out that he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, I think they know people will probably not tune in. You know, there's like, as much as we say that Taker probably shouldn't wrestle anymore because every time he wrestles, it looks like he's like on the verge of death. It's just, you know, like, a lot of people do tune in to watch The Undertaker because he is a big part of a lot of people's childhoods. But I do think, you know, I think they still want to bank on that nostalgia. So if Vince can go and say, "Hey, Mark, can you do it one more time?" And it's just going to turn into he's just another he's basically another Funk. He's another Funk. He's gonna die in the fucking ring. Like, I'm pretty sure, and any day now we're gonna get a fucking, like, and this is sad to say, but we're gonna have to talk about, yeah, Terry Funk. He was a great fucking wrestler. It was a shame that he fucking died doing a fucking dragon suplex.
I got Taker's song when Vince goes to him. Hey, Mark, you think you got one more in you?
My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah.
Fuck off. Oh, dude, listen, like I said, this is where the curiosity comes in about this coming Monday. It's not as necessarily a, oh my god, I can't wait for fucking Raw next week. It's more of, I'm curious to see what actually they're going to do. The fact that they're keep rumoring this Taker Cena stuff, if they're actually gonna fucking go along with it. I'm curious to see how Undertaker. I'm more curious to see Undertaker than not. Obviously, yeah.
I'm curious the fact that they booked Jericho.
I actually found out from watching like one of those bullshit commercials that they keep airing with that crappy Nickelback song, and then I saw Jericho's face. I'm like, what? How? How? I mean, yes, I understand he doesn't have a deal with Japan, but motherfucker, isn't he doing a card against Naito like that week?
Yeah, so that it doesn't make any sense. But then it's like, it's another way of going. Oh, he came back. So like the people that don't know about Japan, you know, all the WWE marks are gonna go, oh, maybe Jericho will be in the Rumble.
You know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping he comes out. I'm hoping to Christ he comes out and the crowd just starts chanting Alpha Club really loud.
That would be fucking amazing. And they're gonna make him come out to the walls.
Yeah, I know.
We both know that.
I know. We all want him to come out to Judas because let's just face it, that song's way fucking better. Break Down the Walls, that shit's just... I got tired of that in like 2003. And I'm not trying to sound cool by saying that.
It's a song most associated with him. It would make sense, like, maybe once he's done, like, you know, once he's done with wrestling and he comes back for the, you know, like his induction to the Hall of Fame. Maybe play Break the Walls, but like considering he's using this song now and it fits his personality so much better now, maybe you want to use it. Just a little hint.
My thought has always been, if you have the capability to do it, just fucking air. You know, like just if a guy's a musician, if a wrestler's a musician and they have their own songs, let them use their own songs. I don't see the big deal in it, honestly.
Oh, because we can't copyright it, damn it.
Oh yeah, because you can't copyright Fozzy. Motherfucker, you guys, they used fucking Fozzy songs for pay-per-views. There is no excuse.
No, because you know what? And also because they don't want to meet. They're like, oh, that's New Japan Jericho. We don't want anything to do with New Japan Jericho.
Well, also too, at the same time when I'm talking about this, I'm more so also like talking about I really feel like Jeff Hardy should just use his music. But again, I know they would, like you said, they would pull the card of, oh, that's TNA Jeff Hardy. We don't want anything to do with that.
Well, you know what? What though? If to be honest, if they would do that only if they ended up buying out Impact and Anthem. Then they would use that. But until then, they're gonna use his old fucking song that is so outdated and it's from like fucking, like late 90s, and they're gonna keep using that fucking song rather than giving him anything new.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyway.
None of it makes sense. But you know what? God bless them, because as bad a company as they are, they have not sunk into Impact.
Oh my god! Okay,
become Impact.
All right. Well, before we get into the shitstorm that is Impact, well, I will say, I know we strayed right away from it, but in all seriousness, congrats to Goldberg in the WWE Hall of Fame. I know we all feel like the Hall of Fame's bullshit, but to the boys, to some of them, it does mean something. So, if it means something to them, congratulations. And then also, too, we've totally missed this last week. She was a former TNA girl herself. Congrats to Christy Hemme for giving birth to quadruplets. She also had a son. I believe he was 2 or 3 years old that day as well. That was also his birthday. So 5 kids, the same birthday.
And then the weird thing is, she did all of that while Austin Aries was like humping her face.
Yeah, and then now he's walking around with 5 titles. Tell me how that works.
It's Impact. They have no self-respect.
It's Impact. They don't have any self-anything.
We're in foreclosure. They have that. They're in foreclosure.
Oh, all right. Don't feel bad. All right, I'm gonna send you something now for a picture of an actual stable that's coming in TNA. Don't feel bad if you don't know who the guy all the way left is, because I don't know who he is either. So with the brilliant decisions that's been going on this weekend in TNA comes, and I say brilliant lightly, comes, yeah.
Oh, is that Fat Carlito?
I guess it's, yeah, you got a Fat Carlito. Yeah. Followed by, he's a good worker. He's like the modern day Yokozuna, who actually is like Hawaiian. But like he's like the best worker of that bunch, and then obviously you got Brodus Clay there. I'm
actually surprised he's still in the fucking company.
No, he came back. He was gone. He's gone because he keeps doing that Greg Gutfield show. But yeah, he's back there, and someone actually called him the Buffet Club.
No. No. That'll get over an Impact. The Buffet Club. I swear to God, I know they're never gonna do tours again, but if I ever go back down to Orlando, I kind of want to sit in, because it's free. I'm not giving them fucking money, but I'm actually doing them a favor by putting my ass in a seat for them. But I would actually go and watch an Impact show just to watch how fucking bad it's gotten.
You know what's tremendous? They have 3 fat guys together, and they just brought back Scott Steiner. They just brought back.
It just writes itself sometimes. It just writes itself.
They just brought back Scott Steiner. I'm not even gonna bother playing the clip. That's just automatically.
That's self-evident. That is self-evident. That's way too good.
Oh yeah.
You know what would be even funnier if he tried to calculate how much they all weigh. Him just doing a promo and then trying to calculate how much they weigh.
I could probably find that out.
If you times like his weight by his weight, and then you minus the ring, which is I think is 1,000. It's 1,000 pounds. So you minus the ring, and then you got that, and then you plus it a couple more times. And you just have Eli Drake in the background, shaking his head like he fucking knows what the hell's going on. And he's like, yeah, you know what? When it comes out and it equals fat.
Fat asses.
Fat asses.
I see. Rose Clay. All right, bro. I'm actually trying to see if I could figure this out. I'm gonna guess that the other.
I was joking. I don't want to fucking know their calculated weight. Probably got at least 900 pounds.
I'm gonna go with more than that. Let's see. Fala is 425. No, because I want to see if Scott Steiner could actually figure this out. That's why I'm doing this. I want to see if
he would never. He like, dude. And then that's the sad part is he owns a restaurant, so basic math is a necessity.
The other guy, can we say what do you think? All right, Bob's 425.
Let me look up his Shoney's. Let me see if the Shoney's is still there.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say that other guy's like fucking 375 too. I'll say 375. All right, yeah, they're close to 1,200 pounds together. Yeah, it's like 1,175. Yeah, no, the only reason why I did that, folks, is just to see if Scott Steiner can actually figure that out in a promo.
No, he would not. He would not.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be the next time I tune in. Well, actually, no, I can't say that. I do kind of want to see the response Austin Aries got. Too bad we won't know until like fucking 2 or 3 weeks from now because they're still airing tapings from when they were in Canada 3 months ago. So the tapings we got now, you're gonna be seeing until like fucking April.
It's still there.
Oh, Shoney's? Oh, you know what? Maybe in his old age he laid off the fat jokes because he owns a restaurant.
No, he's. You know what he's gonna come in? He's gonna give them a fucking like advertisement for Shoney's.
No, you know what he'll do? Like, all right, guys, we're gonna do a 1-on-3 handicap match. I'm gonna pin all you guys, and if you guys put me over, I'll give you all a discount to Shoney's.
Oh no! I got one better. They're gonna. You know, remember how they did the total non-stop deletion?
Yes. Total non-stop cellulite.
No. They're gonna have. Do you know how they were in the Hardy compound and they were doing all the matches? They're gonna start doing matches in his Shoney's.
You know what I don't understand? I don't understand how like they could do the suplex break with Braun Strowman and Big Show, who are about like 900 pounds combined, but like you have guys that are nearing 1,200 pounds together, and the ring doesn't crack a little bit.
Or really storyline. Yeah, and you would expect that because you like the ring guy. Obviously, I think the ring guys in Impact would probably be like not giving a fuck anymore.
Well,
'Cause
now
they're like, yeah, how
they-
long are we gonna be in this company?
Well, they
How much
got
do they
rid
even
of.
get paid?
Well, I can't say too much because my dad and I were friends with one of the ring guys from Impact. And I don't want to give away too much just out of respect to our friend, but it's like I don't want it to be a thing where because I don't want it to be a thing where people are like, oh, see, I knew it, but this guy himself got paid decently enough, but it's like toward the end, it was, he didn't fucking get what he deserved. So it's like, whoever's putting the rings together now, clearly, I think that's the reason why they're now back to a four-sided ring, because our buddy there was the only one that really was one of the last of the dying breed that was able to actually get that fucking ring together, the six-sided ring. So now they're back to a four-sided. So it's like, they probably have some generic jamokes that know how to put together some fucking bolts and turnbuckle pads.
Oh my god.
Let's see what else. Josh Matthews, Matt Sydal beat EC3 for the Impact Grand Championship. And
they still have that?
Yeah, they still have it. Matt Sydal got it, and then he said something that like Josh Matthews is like his angel or whatever, his guardian angel or whatever the fuck, and he gave Josh Matthews the title. So Josh Matthews was the Impact Grand Champion for a minute. And then all of a sudden, somehow Jericho, I'm seeing a tweet of Jericho here. All of a sudden, Austin Aries, fucking got that belt somehow. So now Aries has the Impact Heavyweight title, the Impact Grand Championship, the new What Culture Championship, which is now called the Defiant Wrestling Championship, and like 2 other titles. And he's walking around an Impact with all 5 of them.
Oh my god.
Trying to... And hey, he's only 3 away from, what the fuck? Ultimo Dragon's record of, like, 8 titles.
You know, but I don't know. I feel like when you have, like, unless it's really earned, like, you're the top guy in the company, should you have that many fucking titles?
I don't care how great Austin Aries is, no. I'm
like,
sorry, no.
I used to like Austin Aries a little bit more, but I'm like, Like, I don't know. He just doesn't seem like like having all these belts at once. It just seems so hokey.
Yeah, it just kind of... You know what it comes up... You know what? Someone summed it up perfectly. It's the reason why I can't take it seriously anymore. Someone actually had said... on like one of the Facebook groups for Impact... Or not Impact. It was I guess it was like a wrestling news group or whatever. Someone posted the picture. It was like, oh, Aries is this champion, that champion, that champion, that champ. And then the top comment was, but he couldn't win the 205 title.
Ooh.
So if that's not a telltale sign of this makes the Impact title mean even less, where it's like the guys that win the belt can't even win the Cruiserweight title in WWE. What does that tell you now? That title officially, to me, as a former huge fan of that company, officially means nothing. It officially, and I know people are like, oh, already? Finally? I'm like, no, it officially means nothing now. Christian holding the belt, Mr. Anderson holding the belt, yeah, I'm sorry, I no longer take that belt seriously.
How many champions? I'm actually curious. How many champions have they had?
Okay, let's see here. TNA World. Well, I will say though that the Prestige might be all over the place because they used the NWA title for like 5 years.
Yeah, but then they came down with their own.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. If anything, that now as far as I'm concerned, that's the that's the last time that a belt that they had meant something. Holy shit! Did they? Holy! You're gonna love the names of these belts. I just wanna write this off. The TNA World Championship that went from May 13th, 2007 to March 1st, 2017, right? Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship from March 2nd, 2017 to July 2nd, 2017. Unified GFW World Heavyweight Championship from July 2nd, 2017 to August 17th, 2017. GFW Global Championship from August 17th, 2017
Not
to September 18th.
Not even a fucking month. That's so bad.
From August 17th, 2017 to September 18th, 2017. The Impact Global Championship from September 18th, 2017 to present. So, from... I guess you could count the TNA World title was... Yeah, the TNA title name was existence last year, so that belt changed name 5 times in 1 year. 1 year, that belt changed their name. Where is the resurgence of this fucking company? Where?
So what I'm seeing here is Kurt Angle is the first official champion. Beforehand, they were using the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
And
damn, the belt. Wow, I thought the belt changed hands more than that. From only 10 years, it only changed hands 42 times. That's not that bad. Way better than I fucking thought.
well, yeah, they for the most part they've kept the belt, but you know what? They kept the belt on a lot of people that didn't need it.
I love Mick Foley. We both love Mick Foley. Did he need the TNA title? No.
No.
Did Sting need it as many times as he had it? No. Like AJ, the guys that I can tell you, the guys that really needed that belt, like Samoa Joe, in my opinion, should have had that belt more than once. AJ Styles definitely. That belt was good for him. Chris Sabin did not need that fucking title. Get out of here. Chris Sabin, get the... Yeah, okay. Eric Young, I couldn't even believe his TNA champion, let alone fucking, Hale Sabin over there. Yeah,
There's certain champions that made sense. Drew Galloway, Lashley, Matt Hardy, EC3. The rest of these guys, fuck, man, I cannot see them being champion. Like...
Magnus, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he had it for a fucking long time.
Yeah, too fucking long. Too long, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, Van Dam held it too.
Yeah, but did you see? Yeah, but you know what's funny though? Because they were on live TV, they had to give him that day. You know what? I find it hilarious and suspicious that they gave him the belt a day before his Christmas.
Probably. Yeah, it sounds like something stupid that they would fucking do.
Hey RVD, you know what tomorrow is, right? Hell yeah! Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Yeah, we're gonna give you the belt. Oh, sweet! Let's blaze it up.
You fucking know that. That's probably what happened.
Cool, dude. Can we make the strap green? Oh man, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't. They gave Jeff Hardy a fucking stupid purple strap.
You know who has the shortest reign of any of these guys?
Oh,
James Storm.
oh, I believe it. I got a
Really?
guy.
What the fuck? That guy's good.
No, I'm not saying I believe it in the sense of that. How do I put it?
It's like Benoit with the WCW title, where he is like the shortest reign of all time.
I believe in it. I don't believe in the sense it's like, oh, the guy doesn't deserve to have a long title, right? I believe in the sense that that company didn't value him as a talent, which is why I'm amazed he stuck around. I am amazed that they kept this guy around. I'm amazed that like he just didn't want to stay in WWE. I understand it's because of his family, but he could have just been like, "Hey, let me do some dates in NXT, and then let me be a trainer to the kids." I understand he doesn't want to fucking travel. That's the only reason why he stayed in Impact. But even then,
It's just so weird though.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's see what else we got on here. Okay, so we got 3 guys gone from TNA. We got Christopher Adonis, Chris Masters, formerly known as EC3, and Bobby Lashley.
Okay, so the second two guys, yeah, they're probably going to WWE. Chris Masters,
Nah.
You're gonna go in the netherworld of the indie scene, never to be seen again, other than for like these joke matches. He's probably gonna be working in front of 150 people in WrestlePro against Ryback. See, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, Pat Suck is definitely gonna book him. Yeah, hey, let's have a fucking strongman match. Yeah, no one's fucking seeing that shit. Yeah, Christopher Adonis and Ryback. That's gonna tear the house down. Nobody shows up, and the crowd goes home.
Oh god! And then somehow Ryback would fucking kill like Chris Masters.
You know what's amazing to me?
I thought he was water.
I can't. I don't know if I feel. I don't know if I should feel bad for them or not, but okay. So a few weeks ago, I decided. My dad told me you gotta watch this thing on Impact. They apparently do this thing now where they air like matches from. I guess because they don't have enough footage to fill a 2-hour time slot anymore. Which is baffling. But anyway. They have what the fuck? They'll have other indies like airings with the Impact guys. Like they'll have like, I don't know, hypothetically they'll be like, oh, let's take a look back from a few days ago in Detroit, Michigan with Matt Sydal and whomever the fuck from some indie promotion or whatever. They aired a match from Rawway that happened on December 9th. Between Eli Drake and Alberto Del Rio or El Taco or whatever the fuck, Del Tequila. They had those two wrestling for the belt, the Impact Grand Championship, the company title that's supposed to be so important in front of 100-something people, if that. And granted, it was on the day that there was a lot of snow, December 9th. I remember being one of those really bad snowy days. It was on a Saturday, but yeah, they had that belt and they actually aired it on television, and like no one was there, and the crowd didn't even give a flying fuck.
Oh, the crowd wasn't. Why would they care?
They might as well made it a hardcore empty arena match. They
It would have
might
made a
as
lot
well.
more sense.
They
Would have made a lot
might
more
as
sense,
well.
especially when that was the main event, right?
That was like the main event for that TV show that week, yeah. For Impact and for the and for that.
But the problem with that fucking belt though is it already has like it has what 5 rounds.
No, I'm not talking about the grand title.
Oh, that was just for the for their title, the Global Impact title.
That's for the title. Yeah.
Oh God.
That's for the heavyweight title.
Worthless. That belt's worthless.
Yeah, well, not for nothing. It's bad enough that it's still a GWF title, right? And all they did was put an Impact decal on it.
Ugh.
That's all it is.
That's so lazy. That's so fucking lazy.
It's a sticker.
You couldn't throw some money down to fucking like I understand shit's
what money
going sideways.
What money? To quote Angry Grandpa from fucking 2011, you guys are paying your motherfucking towels with fucking cotton candy in the Ferris wheel. They have no fucking money. They blew it all. They blew it all on their fucking legends that they had to have. Oh, because we're up Dixie Carter and we gotta compete with WWE. Yeah, with guys that can't even fucking work. And you just hand them the title. Because they're a name, because you marked out to them when you were fucking in wherever the fucking place in Texas. Dumb bitch.
No, she wasn't marking out to them. She was fucking them.
Well, no, I'm not talking about while they were in TNA. I'm talking about like when she was like a teenager or whatever the fuck in Texas.
Well, she brought them in to fuck them.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. You know, it's pretty obvious Dixie fucked Hogan, right? Like,
yeah. Then she fucked Diesel. She played.
Am I wrong?
Weasel.
Am I wrong for not believing that?
I believe it.
Diesel's known for being a bullshit artist sometimes.
No, Scott Hall said it.
Oh yeah, like he's much better.
I would believe Scott Hall.
Am I the only asshole? Am I the only asshole that would actually believe X-Pac over any of them?
Because X-Pac doesn't give a fuck. X-Pac shoots from the hip. He doesn't give a shit.
Because you know what?
I would believe X-Pac over anybody too. Because he has nothing to gain by lying. Because nothing to gain by lying.
Because X-Pac openly admitted that while he was working for WCW, this guy was like sniffing fucking packets of glue. Like he was actually doing that.
Oh, God, I love X-Pac now. Oh God.
Oh,
why didn't that guy get over? What the fuck happened?
And not for nothing, he'll be at Raw.
I'm actually now like thinking back of how interesting this guy is, or that guy was. Like, how the fuck did he get the heat that he did? Like, I don't get it. Like, how the hell did he get the heat that he did?
Oh, because in the Attitude Era, everyone was changing their gimmick, and supposedly people thought that he was boring.
Okay. I don't know. He was such a good in-ring worker. He's interesting as hell now. Like, he's interesting to like listen to because of all the shit he said. He's the one that coined the fucking. Like, he's the one that coined the fucking too sweet in the gesture and everything.
Yeah,
you know?
he's the one who's like, hey, yeah, guys, I just fucking walked by and just saw these fucking people just doing this thing, and I was like, oh, alright, like, that's cool for my boys to do. Too bad it means your wife is cheating on you in Italian, and the Turkish Wolf, and fucking Silent Coyote, and whatever else. it means like 20 different things, but like Xbox is like, yeah, man, it means too sweet. Right on, brother, it means too sweet.
No, yeah, like I don't get how someone like that's the issue with wrestling. It's like you have these guys that are like incredibly interesting as people, but then you put them in this like bad personas, and then they don't get over. It's just like how.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still like practically baffled at the idea that like you have a guy like him, like X-Pac, where it's like, although he did a lot of drugs just because he was surrounded by a lot of wrestlers that did the same things, we're gonna crucify a guy like him to this day. Obviously, Triple H isn't, but like, the internet is gonna like be like, oh man, this guy is terrible. Like, he's absolutely fucking horrendous. Like, he was horrendous. He was a piece of shit to China. Da 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 da. Meanwhile, you have a guy like Alberto Del Rio, for instance, just to throw out an example there, where it's like cheated on his wife with Charlotte. Manipulated a fucking 20-something-year-old girl that's, you know, like 15 years younger than him. Completely, like, almost ruined her career. You know, like, constantly fucking downplaying WWE on Twitter. Making drunken fucking, you know, Facebook and Twitter videos and whatever the fuck. Constantly making a fool of himself, but no. Yeah, man, companies really like this guy still. He's great. You ever hear him on the radio? You ever hear him in shoot interviews? This guy's awesome. But no, we're gonna crucify X-Pac, who's like 16 years old, watching a bunch of fucking 30-year-old guys fucking just doing drugs. We're gonna crucify him for that, who's actually trying to make a difference for himself.
Or the fact that he was a phenomenal worker and was probably one of the best wrestlers that they had on the roster for a very long time.
Or even better example, a better example. I should have actually said this first. We're gonna crucify X-Pac, but people still jokingly say, "Oh, Chris Benoit, WWE Hall of Fame."
Yeah. Oh God. It's just another bit of hypocrisy. It's like, okay, it was fine for Triple H to do what he did, but oh no, he's the piece of shit. It's like, okay, look, when I was a kid, I just like I now I'm like, okay, yeah, I didn't like X-Pac then because obviously I was a kid and they were marketing X-Pac in a weird way where he should have gone over. I'm sorry. He was a good talent. Like, he was in bunches of matches that were fantastic. It's just, okay, what, you know, like, he was just the bland one. Like, the guy that was in the background that they didn't let have any type of, like, you know, moment to shine and getting himself over. It's like, it is, in a way, like, obviously Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, you know, there was, for a while, it was the same thing with them, and they only until they became like the tag team champions, and they, you know, like started to stand out that, you know, they were able. But even then, they had terrible booking too. And you go back and you look at, you know, DX. It's like, yeah, it was only really a two person thing there. It was only Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and they were in for business. You know, they were in business for themselves, and everybody else could go fucking scratch. You know. That's how I felt when I looked at it.
Other than Billy Gunn having like multiple gimmicks, can we stop? Can the rest of the wrestling world stop pretending that Billy Gunn was this like tremendous fucking talker and like amazing worker? Like, I'm not like, I like Billy Gunn. Don't get me wrong. I like his work, but it's not like, but like, people praise this guy like to every fucking means to an end, and it's just like, the guy had fucking one catchphrase before, you know, like, he became Mr. Ass. He came out, he had one catchphrase. Of course, if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you, which is pretty much what Shawn Michaels did. And then after that, it's, well, look at my ass.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, when it comes down to it, is like, he's gotten exposed. Like, he's not the same worker. I understand, like, you get old, but, like, he's gotten so fucking sloppy in the ring, and he always was. He was sloppy. Go back and watch some of his matches.
I mean, guys always stayed in great shape. I mean,
he always stayed in good shape, but he's not like, he's the type of guy that's not like, he's not laser focused on going into the next spot, doing the next spot, then, you know, bouncing off, doing something else, getting into a hole. He's not, you can tell he's not all completely there and focused on the match. He's not, like, remember how bad his fucking match with Tanahashi was? And it was booked as, oh, there's 2 legends going at it. It's like, no, this is not a good fucking match. Like, this, I understand why they did it, because it was during the G1 special. It was like, you know, he's not that good anymore, right? You know, like, there's a reason that you're only booking him for their Battle Royale, you know?
They only booked him on that entire fucking card was because they're like, oh man, like, we're in America. And that's the one problem I had with Japan when they did that, where it was like, oh, we're in America now, so we have to do all American guys against WWE, former WWE American guys against our Japan guys. It's like, well, no, you're having a hot product as is. That, you know what that would have been like? That would have been like, yeah, the Attitude Era back in the day, and that would have been like, okay, we're gonna take, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he's gonna wrestle fucking aging Ricky Choshu in Japan, or like, we're gonna have
he's gonna swash Liger in like fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah, or,
he's gonna throw a beer at fucking Juice and Thunder Liger, and then he's gonna fucking Stone Cold Stunner Tony Onogi.
We're gonna have The Rock come out, and like, he's gonna do like a half slap to fucking Hiroshi Tenzin, and Tenzin's just gonna bump for the elbow drop in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't that kind of what they were doing in the U.S.? Because they would get like these guys who were like seasoned Japanese wrestlers, and then, oh, well, yeah, you're here now, so I guess you're gonna be a jobber.
Oh yeah, yeah. You only got like one of the hottest fucking cruiserweights in Tajiri. Yeah, let's have him fucking laugh the whole time backstage while William Regal drinks tea. Yeah, that really works. That really works out. Good job, guys.
Why did anyone from Japan think that, like, it was a good idea to go to the U.S.? Like, if I was in Japan and I was like, oh, well, you know, you have Tajiri here, he's just like acting like a jackass on live television. He's getting squashed and jobbed out. And then you got we can't forget Funaki.
Kung Fu Naki, SmackDown #1 announcer.
What the fuck? Really? I'm sorry. What the fuck?
I
did like Funaki now, like when I was a kid, but now going back, I just realized how fucking racist that whole thing was.
I kind of liked the Kaientai gimmick as a kid. I kind of did. Well, you know what? No, I mean,
you don't realize when you're a kid, you don't realize like the overabundance of racism that there is in WWE when you're thinking about it as like a storyline. It's good guy versus bad guy. But then like, later on, you're like, oh fuck, this is really racist.
Don't I hope no one I hope everyone fucking opens their mind to what I'm about to say. These are the storylines. No one really realized the problems and the racism that came with these storylines, especially with like a lot of other like stereotypes that they had back in the day, because these are the type of storylines that were happening pre 9/11 when times were a lot different.
Oh, you want to go back to the 1950s, if you're Trump.
all I'm saying is, it was a lot different for a Japanese guy to come out there and do the stereotypical fucking overdub voice thing.
No, it wasn't supposed to. It shouldn't be done at all. It's really fucked up.
I'm not saying it shouldn't have been done, but I'm not saying it shouldn't have been done, or should have been done, or shouldn't have been done, or whatever the fuck. All I'm saying is, times were a lot different to the point for us as kids where we're like, yeah, we really don't realize how bad this is. We didn't know. All we knew growing up was, yeah, we did watch Chinese movies. Haha, yeah. Or Japanese movies. Yeah, that's funny. They do. Yeah, they do that. That does happen in movies.
Dude, okay, again, remember when I was yelling at Earls about the difference between Chinese and Japanese?
Alright, maybe I'm at fault for this
Japanese
one
movies
time.
don't do that. They don't really overdub, like, and especially when they were
Alright, I'm looking this up.
Huh?
Alright,
Japanese don't do that. They subtitle it. Or if they overdub something, it's usually like a stupid movie. They don't really do like super like hardcore martial art movies in Japan, and they've never done that. So I don't understand the gimmick other than, oh yeah, it's sort of racist because the guy's Chinese. They're making a comment about China rather than Japan. Eric, think about it like this. Why did they call him Kung Fu Naki?
Because he's Asian, you get it?
He's Japanese. They study Kung Fu in China.
I know. No, that I understood.
Was Earls booking this? Was Earls working in WWE secretly?
Well, they gave, what's his name there? The guy that looks like Pete, Jimmy Wang Yang. Shout out to Pete. They gave him the fucking cowboy gimmick. Cause cause there's a lot of Asian cowboys.
No, but it was like that was funny because of how stupid it was. But at least it wasn't super racist.
It's yes, but I mean, to move away from the Asian stereotype too, you can look at a gimmick like fucking Crime Time. Oh look, we're a bunch of fucking hood rats, yo. We're just gonna steal everything. Same can be said for the Mexicals. Same can be said for three fucking amazing workers.
Yeah, the Mexicals.
3 amazing workers. Fucking. Hey, I got an idea. How do we take 2 of the top cruiserweights from WCW, 1 to the top from ECW? What can we do to fucking totally ruin everything? I know. Let's put them in fucking jumpsuits and have them come out on a lawnmower. Music goes with a fucking lawnmower sound. That's not fucking horrible at all.
No, I mean it's not as bad as Chavo Guerrero being a fucking white dude.
Hey man, that was the gimmick that blessed us with Dolph Ziggler.
Oh god.
Dolph Ziggler got started from that. Oh, what else can we think of here? What other really bad? Oh,
Prince Albert as a Japanese ninja.
oh, hey, where's Matt Bloom been? He's been in Japan. Oh, he's been in Japan? Yeah. Oh, can we have him come out as a Japanese samurai, but he's a fucking fat white guy from Boston? Yeah. 12-year-olds won't know that.
Did you see, like, when he took the fucking mask off and, like, he had the fucking, like, he had the slanted eyes, like someone took duct tape and, like, put it on either side of his fucking face.
He's a fucking fat guy from Boston. Hey, that's alright. People won't know. Look at his eyes.
And then the whole time they're chanting Prince Albert.
No. Oh man. They did the fucking grease gimmick, Deuce and Domino.
Oh god.
Hey,
It wasn't as bad as Paul Burchill's fucking pirate.
oh yeah, a guy who's an actual great worker in the UK. Oh, let's make him a gay pirate. Oh, that gimmick didn't work.
No. And then right after that, we make like this weird, like, implied incest storyline with his kayfabe sister.
Yeah, Vince. Ah, drats. My incest angle didn't work. Oh, wait, where's that pirate guy? Do we have a girl down in OVW? Yeah, okay, you're English. Alright, he's English too. Oh, well, he's not English. Alright, well, you're brother and sister, but you kind of like each other. Vince, that's incest. Yeah, I said do it, damn it. How about that one time when Vince watched Of Mice and Men?
No.
and then out comes fake Kane.
Oh god.
Out comes fake Kane.
You said Of Mice and Men, and I was thinking of I was thinking of Festus.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot he was fake Kane.
Yeah, out comes fake Kane. And then fucking one of the Freebirds' sons.
Whatever happened to Jesse?
He came out like the last we saw him. He came out. When did the Freebirds get inducted? 2 years ago already? Jesus Christ! Yeah, 2 years ago. The last time, Jesse was around was the Hall of Fame for the Freebirds.
Was he retired?
Yeah, he is. Another fucking one. Even though this one was he actually kind of made it work. Let's have a Puerto Rican come out. In his cousins. Let's have two Puerto Ricans come out. Fucking give away timeshares. Yeah, because that didn't happen at all in the 90s and 2000s.
Let's get an Italian guy to act like an Arabic dude and have his hooded and his hooded henchman attack the Undertaker right after a British suicide bombing.
Oh, you know what I'm glad WWE didn't do? I just thought of real quick with when I mentioned the colognes. I'm glad they didn't go up to I'm glad Vince didn't go up to him and go, now I want you to go up to Luke Harper, who kind of looks like Bruiser Brody, and I want you to try to sell him a timeshare to Puerto Rico.
It would have been even funnier if it was like, and if you don't, we cut you. Oh my god! Just imagine if they'd done the John Cena storyline, but with they had done the John Cena getting stabbed storyline, but they did it with Luke Harper.
Oh god! Oh no! Fuck! Because they had that one guy that did it. His name was Jesus, in WWE land, Jesus, Jose, yeah, same thing.
He just came up behind him. He started stabbing him like 30 times.
Oh man. And in modern,
I said hi.
and in modern times at WWE, let's take a Canadian guy to have him speak broken Punjabi. That even Punjabi people don't understand what he's saying, and then let's have him come out there and try to pretend, oh, I'm going to talk to my people. Wait, he's not even from that country. Oh. Oh, fuck. That's just, you gotta, what else? Even, what's his name there? Tony Atlas, who's fucking well known for being, like, a groundbreaking, for the first African-American champion in WWF with Rocky Johnson. Well, let's make him Samba Simba. Even though the people know who the fuck he is, let's make him Samba Simba. Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen, must have did a lot of fucking acid as a kid.
Again, his favorite wrestler was convicted for trying to steal the corpse of his dead mother.
So yeah, this is the.
Oh, that's where Katie Vick came from.
What?
That's where the Katie Vick storyline came from.
Oh God!
He somehow worked that into Katie Vick. Oh, happy 25 years of Raw. with all the good that they're gonna try to flush down your throats on Monday, this is what we're gonna. This is really what happened in the back of everybody's minds. God, that man, I haven't laughed that hard in a while on this show. So let's see. So on to some rumors here. There's a rumor that Paige's career might be done.
It's sad to hear things like that. You know, I mean, she's made some bad decisions, but like when it comes down to it, you don't want to. You know, everyone really want to see somebody get maimed or injured like she has,
Yeah,
and this could end up
yeah.
being the end of her career. So,
yeah, as much shit as we given Paige on the show, we really didn't want to see anything bad happen to her. Like I don't wish anything fucking bad to happen on anyone. You know, as far as like the career, if they really weren't that much of a piece of shit. Like she wasn't that much of a piece of shit where it's like, yeah, let's have her fucking almost, you know, have like 3 fucking severed necks or whatever, you know, distant her necks. Patrick, go fuck yourself. Patrick, go. You're. Go fuck. Yeah, go fuck yourself, dude. This guy sends me a picture of Bruiser Brody. I'm gonna one up you asshole. Alright, well anyway.
I'll one up myself.
Well anyway, yes, but like we were saying, all seriousness here. I'm really upset. I understand that like Paige really wasn't one of these girls where she was the nicest to people that weren't, you know, I don't know, how do you put it? She wasn't the easiest to get along with to a degree if you weren't like one of her friends. She was one of those cliquey girls, but it doesn't give anyone a right to, you know. And I'm not blaming Sasha here. Like, everyone's like saying like, "Oh, Sasha's at fault for this." Dude, accidents fucking happen. It's the wrestling business. It happens. You know, it's not a thing where she was trying to sabotage Paige. Like, she kicked her a little harder than it expected. It's no different than like Misawa, who took a really bad bump and he unfortunately died, or like when D'Lo Brown the fucking powerbomb draws. It was not fucking intentional to ruin these people. Thing. Yeah, so it's like if Paige's career is actually done, I'm honestly gonna wait until she says it herself. I'm not going by word of mouth because this was all over fucking Facebook, and I just got really aggravated because it's like I don't want to really go by.
Well, you know what the thing is, it might end up screwing up her career too, because I know she's already had some kind of heat with the management, you know, behind the scenes. So when they were about to book her the way she was being booked, and the fact that her career is done and whatever plans that they had went out the toilet, you know, went down the toilet. Now, they might actually end up going out of their way to fucking over Sasha now, which is an issue. Also, I found another wrestler with their killer, too.
Who? Oh, a tree?
Did you look at the picture?
Yeah, Macho. You did exactly what I was just about to do, but yours is a lot simpler than mine. I was gonna send you a picture of a tree, and then a car, and then Macho Man. What I'm gonna send you now isn't as horrifying, but like from a Mark standpoint, you're gonna be like, "Aww."
I'm gonna send one even worse.
Yeah, but yeah, like we're saying, well, you know, and I know we're jumping from being assholes and joking around to a serious thing, but no, in all seriousness, hopefully Paige can make a comeback. It's just because, you know, she did certain shit and was, you know, a little bit of a bitch and a little bit of a flake does not mean she deserves to have her career over. And it's like, hopefully she can make it back. I'm you know, and the one plus is that I've heard from people talking over the weekend is she's young. She has, similar to what Steve Austin and Kurt Angle have, she has a disc or whatever. But yeah, I think the fact that she's 25, 26 years old, she could bounce back from it, hopefully. You know. There you go, Pat.
Fuck you. Fuck you. God damn it. Alright, I got the best one though.
I sent him a picture for those that watched the full Wrestle Kingdom card. I sent him a picture of a Air Buzzer and Suzuki.
Nah, I got the best one.
I'm sorry, Pat.
You're sorry what?
What the fuck is that? Oh, man. Alright, that's not even... Pat.
I'm a piece of shit.
You're explaining to the audience what you did.
No. That's between us.
Alright, he sent a picture of Deborah with, No,
that's not Deborah.
Kayfabe, bitch! Kayfabe! I'm kayfabing it. No one's gonna know. He sent a picture of Steve Austin and Deborah.
No, it's not that.
Well, you know what? You guys aren't gonna know. This is for us.
You want to tell him?
Nah, I'm not saying it. You're the heel here. Because if I say it, again, it'll happen what happens every week. Oh, Eric, that's not nice. Oh, okay, Patrick did it.
The joke is, like, wrestlers, like, the wrestlers and what killed them. So I sent him, oh god, I'm gonna get so much heat for this. So I sent, it's fine. It's China with a dildo. Waka waka.
You get it?
You get it? That's what killed her.
Not really. Pills did.
Bobby, we don't talk about that. I know. I'd rather it just like find out that she was like choking to death on a dildo. That's what killed her. Oh.
I got one even funnier for you. Oh man. I understand we're doing this in the middle of the show and it's unprofessional, but you know this is an impromptu KTR, so deal with it. But in the meantime, while I'm doing this here, let's see what else we got here on the synopsis. Oh, so tomorrow we're gonna have Brandy Rhodes and Cody on Wives and Girlfriends Wags of Atlanta. It's gonna be right after Total Bellas, Total Divas, whatever the fuck. That'll be on the E! Network. Basically, that show Wags is pretty much, you know, like it says, it's the women and girls that are married or in relationships of pro athletes that are from Georgia. Like, you have football players, you have basketball players, you have an MMA fighter, all different stuff. So I don't know. I'll tune it in mainly just because it's Cody and Brandy.
Yeah, I mean they're interesting.
It's the same reason why
I kind of don't want to see their marital problems though. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I just don't like. I don't like personally knowing about like the. What the fuck?
It's Gypsy Joe and New Jack.
At first, I thought it was Jimmy Snuka, and you were saying they were both murderers.
Does that look anything like Jimmy Snuka? That looks nothing like Jimmy Snuka.
Like Jimmy Snuka, if he like took a bunch of cocaine, baby.
Alright, I should have sent you an older picture of Gypsy Joe then.
Yeah, I only know Gypsy Joe is that fat Danny DeVito looking son of a bitch.
So what you're trying to tell me is that Gypsy Joe is really Trash Man?
Yeah. He's the real Trash Man. Oh god, Gypsy Joe.
So that's implying that Always Sunny in Philadelphia probably watched his match with New Jack.
Probably. Oh, poor Gypsy Joe. He's actually dead.
R.I.P. Gypsy Joe.
Oh
man. Speaking of also
wrestling garbage in heaven.
Speaking of death and all that, unfortunately, thank God this guy is not dead. Katsuyori Shibata admits in a recent vlog that during his match last year, where he had a stiff headbutt to the head of Okada, in which as we know now, or we've known for almost a year already, that it caused a temporary blindness and paralysis on the right side of Shibata. And he admitted this week that he had an 18% chance or less of living.
Jesus Christ. How's he doing now?
He says it still has a long road to recovery, but he's gaining, he's gaining a good part of his eyesight back on his left side. and he's got a lot more range of motion, and like he has been since August. He keeps getting better, but he's nowhere near the shape to return to the ring, if he will at all.
No, it's not work. It's sad because he was a top talent in New Japan, but no, that and a headbutt shouldn't be doing that. So there had to been something neurological that was wrong with his brain. Like it was some kind of like blood clot or some kind of like tumor.
It was already there. You know what?
Yeah,
though,
there had
dude?
to be something there that
Shibata
caused that.
But that's always been his thing. Shibata's been headbutting people for years. So that was like... You know what it's like, dude? It's like the old analogy. And I know this is pretty fucked up to compare it, but it's... I'm going somewhere with this. It's like... It's like if someone were to drink an excessive amount for so long, one last sip could do you in. It's like Shibata was headbutting guys for so many years, and it's like that was the last straw that his body could have handled. It doesn't matter if he wasn't doing it every night. It's like the damage was already there, and it's like one last shot. That was it.
I mean, it's like I get it. So if what you're telling me is if people keep doing the DX, suck it, crotch chop, their balls will fall off eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, it eventually cuts away, and your balls are just gonna fall off. So I mean, unless you want to be like a guy like Todd Chrisley, I would suggest you keep it tamed.
Wait, what the fuck? What happened with him? His balls came off?
Oh, dude, no, I'm making a joke that this guy is not straight at all.
Yeah, remember that moment where they're like, oh, Pat Bonesaw is just being Bonesaw, and you're saying, and you come out with something really fucked up and mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You homophobic bastard.
It's not being homophobic, it's pointing out the obvious. Have you ever been around gay guys that have said, oh yeah, that guy's gay? Because that's happened.
Yeah, you said he has no balls. That's too far, Bubby.
Oh, right there, you're like the crowd that was out there when Jinder Mahal was making a joke about Nakamura being Asian, and the crowd's chanting, that's too far.
No, I just love doing it because I get to say whatever the fuck I want, but then you're...
Yeah, I know, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed.
But I'm the one that always gets, you always get heel heat on yourself because you're the one saying the fucked up shit.
I'm like John Cena if John Cena did not stay an extra second to the Make-A-Wish. Where it's like...
Okay, stop bringing the super cancer kids into this. They can't help you with this. You're just a bad person. You're saying these terrible things about like the gays and the Chinese and Japanese and just what? I don't know if you can even be on the show anymore. It's just you're too much of a liability.
Meanwhile, we let Earls run roughshod over this show. And he has no idea what he's saying.
Baseball's never on anyway, so who the fuck cares? He's off bouncing. He's bouncing off into into the great beyond, and he's having a good time doing God knows what else.
To be fair, Brock,
no selling, and being engaged in a hardcore match where people are using chairs. They're not selling bulldogs, and they're doing flips off the top of trucks, and these boys are exposing the business, and I don't understand what the hell he's doing. He's supposed to be a manager, but he's getting interfering, and he's doing all this stuff. You know what? That's not what pro wrestling's about. That's not what pro wrestling is. That's some extreme garbage. Extreme garbage.
I'm looking at you, Joey Austin.
and then there was no chain wrestling. Where was my chain wrestling?
That one arm hold when he was that one arm hold with that guy Wolfman in Stargrove.
Yeah, the Wolfman, he was no selling everything. He took a chop and he was getting punched in the face, and then he took a bad beating and he got kicked in the nuts, and he no sold that too. I'm confused. I'm a connoisseur of pugilistic wrestling, and this Wolfman, this Mark Wolfman, who don't know what the hell he's doing, is running around in circles, doing nothing, and I don't understand what the hell's going on. So I am a huge fan of wrestling, and this guy is ruining it for me.
I got a tremendous idea. I got a tremendous idea what we could do. We should alright, us three should take a bet on something. Like, something stupid on the show, right? And, like, hopefully get it to the point where Earls loses the bet, and what he has to do is he has to give the okay to us, the total permission to send his match as Wolfman to Jim Cornette to critique.
By God, what in this shit? They're exposing the business.
Actually, no, you know what? Here, I got it. If Bubby doesn't show up on KTR 100 in March, we have to send that to Jim Cornette for Jim Cornette to critique.
This Mark, they should slit his throat and blow him north. He don't know what the fuck he doing.
All Bubby has to do is show up, and if he doesn't, or else Wolfman versus Stargrove is going to be on Cornette's corner.
And we can send the sequel too.
Oh yeah, well, what's a story without the rematch?
In the sequel match, what did he get? He got pinned for what, a leg drop?
Something like that.
It was a leg. That's even more funny because how much he hates Hogan, and he sold a leg drop and took a pin because of it.
Well, we all know he's a Hogan mark. We all know he's secretly a Hogan mark. I mean, what are you talking about? Oh, man. Well, just the last piece of news here, I'm seeing, is, we got 3 signees that are officially down in the Performance Center, 2 that are confirmed by WWE's, .com, and then 1 that's heavily fucking reported everywhere right now is 4 people that are down War Machine, the 3 grouping signees of War Machine and Ricochet. They were publicized, and then Ronda Rousey.
Well, Rousey we kind of knew about. War Machine.
We knew about all of them.
We knew. War Machine was the only one that was kind of on the fence.
No, I knew.
Ricochet knew. We did know, but I was expecting them to, like, that was one of those that could, like, kind of fall through. Like,
hey.
But once you told me about them doing, like, a farewell, you know, they were, what, an indie show, or was it Ring of Honor?
They did a farewell in Ring of Honor. They did a farewell in Japan. Because New Japan has the YouTube now where like it's kind of catered toward the American audience. Like, you know, they have a lot of American wrestler promos, and they also have Japanese wrestlers talking, and you get the subtitles, which is cool. It's cool to finally get dialogue more for these stories, these promos. But War Machine come out there, and like they're bowing and they're saying New Japan Ichiban, New Japan for everything, and you know, so it's like that's once I saw that, it was immediate telltale sign like fuck they're going. They're going to. It's definite. They're definitely going down. But what I don't understand is why the fuck WWE wound up getting them anyway, and they went through this expense and time and wasted money to do a gimmick with guys that have been there for so long, that have an established fucking personality, that have established fucking everything. Oh no, let's make them total War Machine ripoffs. Even though we just signed the real thing anyway.
Because, you know what? They're going to end up changing their gimmick.
Oh.
Yeah, how much do you want to bet?
It sucks though, because like alright, the articles, yes, they're showing their real names, but like they're actually calling fucking Hanson Warbeard.
They're going to make them something else. They're gonna either put them, like, the best thing I could see happening is if they end up, if they had gone to NXT and then they went in and they put them in Sanity and they let them be a War Machine, I'm fine with it.
I'd say let them be their own thing.
I could see them gelling with Sanity, or at least being, or they, you know what, call the Authors of Pain up, have one match with them and the Authors of Pain, and then bring up the Authors of Pain to like Raw or SmackDown or something. Because you can't have, like, now you're gonna have like a ton of these big toss type tag teams on NXT, and it's not gonna make any fucking sense. Or
well, AOP is getting called up, I think.
You know what else they could do? Have you know how Alistair is supposed to be like this guy who's like he knows everything. He's a strategist. They come in. They're his new friends or henchmen. So he can take. He doesn't have to worry about. He doesn't have to worry about Adam Cole attacking him from behind. Make a stable with Aleister Black.
Oh, I like that. Oh, that'd be fucking sick.
You said Ricochet's gonna be doing like the 205 shit, so.
Well, he's in the Performance Center now. I don't know, because the 205 house shows are this weekend, and in Rhode Island. I know one of them's canceled, but I know they're doing. I think they're still doing one in Poughkeepsie, New York. They're still doing one, I think, in Boston or in Lowell, Massachusetts. I think the Rhode Island one got canceled, but they're still doing two of them. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought on Ricochet just for that. Like, just for that show. Like, not call him up to 205. Because they're not going to... They want him in PC for a little bit. But I think they were like, okay, come on here to help, get some interest in the 205, because people know who you are. And then, especially in that area. So, I think they'll do that. And then once that's done, he's going to be down in PC. You're not going to hear much about him, and then probably toward March or so, he'll make his debut on NXT. Or maybe they'll even bring him out the night before Rumble next week. I think it's next week, the 27th. Yeah, I wouldn't be... Yeah, it is next week. Yeah, that's Saturday, next Saturday. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring him out, like, just have him sit at ringside or whatever. And be like, oh, here's the new signing, the NXT, Ricochet, or whatever they call him.
Oh, they're probably gonna change his fucking name.
Well, we'll see, because here, I'll show you the article. Because when you look at the article, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. It's hard to tell. I think it's too early to tell if they're gonna change his name or not. I mean, they do keep calling him Trevor Mon.
They're probably gonna change his name. I'm just because they've had the track record. I mean, unless he talked to somebody else and they said, oh yeah, Ricochet is more marketable, I think they are going to change his name.
Well, I don't know. I would be really fucking surprised because he's actually friends with The Rock. Last time I checked, The Rock has some pull in that company.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm not going to be too surprised if they end up changing his name or gimmick or whatever. It is WWE. Let's just be honest, you know.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know they have a track record. I'm not holding my breath to it by any means, but I'm just saying it's like they'd be fucking stupid not to. Not being like from like a selfish indie fan standpoint. I'm saying they'd be stupid because the guy has a name, and like, you know where I stand, where it's like, if the guy already had a name, like I wasn't a fan of Lucha giving him Prince Puma. It's like, once I knew there was Ricochet under that mask, I was like, dude, people know who the fuck he is. I understand you're telling a TV show, but he has a fucking name. Oh, and yeah, I saw that, by the way. I meant to send it to you. It's no, just absolutely not.
Lord Von Beach Ball. Alfie the beach ball. Alfie's the beach ball.
Well, all right. You know what?
I gotta stop making fun of him.
But to end this topic here, WWE does not have the greatest track record for redeeming great wrestlers. I understand that. I mean, they let fucking Adam Cole keep his name. I'll say that. They didn't change his name because that's not his real name.
I don't know. They're you know what, they've been better with that, but you know what? Well, it's weird though. It's like 50-50 because they with Aleister Black, they changed his name, and he was like a recent signee, and then you have other people like Adam Cole that get to keep their name. I guess it's whatever the person feels at the time.
It makes it, you know what though? There's some names that work than others. Like, for instance, Cassius Ohno, we all know, is a shitty name. But at the same time, for Neville, his name was Pac when he was on the Indies. Which, nothing for nothing, we talked a lot about X-Pac before. I was never big on the name Pac for him because I think of fucking X-Pac. I don't think of Neville. So it's like, the name Neville, or, it was shortened down to Neville. It was Adrian Neville. But, yeah, the name Neville worked for him, I feel like. Finn Balor, I got used to the name. They came up with a backstory why he has the name. Yeah, that's fine. Aleister Black, they kind of came up with a backstory for why he has that name. Yeah, fine. But, like, Daniel Bryan, when you have him on the TV show as Bryan Danielson on Total Divas all the time and Total Bellas, and you call him that all the time, and then he comes out as Daniel Bryan, it's confusing. I don't know. WWE, they don't make any fucking sense with who gets to keep their name and who doesn't. But, like I said, we shall see what they're gonna do with these guys.
Yeah, it's up in the air. It really is. You never fucking know.
And to close off the show, the last thing we're going to talk about right before we bounce is WWE came out with a 25 top lists of big moments for Monday Night Raw. And the number two moment that they actually named of the entire history of Raw was CM Punk's pipe bomb.
What was number one?
I'm trying to find the lists, because, like, all I'm seeing is too many fucking people, marking out that Punk was number 2, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's coming back!"
No.
Yeah, he's not coming back, but
I
think it's cool.
They just
okay.
did it because nostalgia.
But all right, we're gonna go through this list here. So, honorable moments. We got "This Is Your Life" with The Rock. Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. It's Yahoo posted it actually. Here, I'm gonna send it to you right now. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Okay. Alright, yeah, so next one we got Dolph cashes in Money in the Bank. Hashtag Occupy Raw, which was when Brian came out there with the crowd, with the audience, trying to get a match for him at WrestleMania for the title. Batista turns in Evolution. Jericho momentarily wins the WWE title, and then Rock and Hogan meet for the first time. So those are honorable moments. So here's the top 25. Number 25, The Kid pins Razor Ramon.
See, this is another point, like proof of him being a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 24, Mark Henry's fake retirement. A lot of that has to do with that night specifically. They had like a problem with the writers, and I remember clear as day hearing this, that Vince automatically, with his wrestler instinct, his actual, when he actually wants to fucking have trust in people, went to Zeb Coulter and Paul Heyman and went, "Can you write tonight's show on the fly?" And they came out with this Mark Henry's fake retirement thing to go against Cena for a pay-per-view match. And yeah, it's a telltale sign of how really good it was for that time of Raw not being so great. Number 23. Oh man, Bubba Ray Dudley powerbombs Mae Young off the stage. What a fucking moment. Number 22. The Undertaker crucifies Stone Cold. Really? I would have put Rock and Hogan face off over this. Number 21, Shawn Michaels versus Montreal. Where he came out fucking 8 years later talking shit to Montreal about the Bret Hart thing. Nah, I wouldn't. I don't know. What do you think about that? Should that be on the list?
No, not really. I would have switched out the that for the Rock and Hogan meeting, and then Jericho winning the WWE Championship.
Yeah. Number 20, Cena drafted to Raw. Okay, I can understand that. Wow. Number 19, Chyna wins the Corporate Rumble.
Yeah, that was a pretty big moment.
Yeah. 18, Eric Bischoff named Raw GM.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Number 17, Nexus destroys Raw. Mainly because of Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I guess.
And then him telling his future brother-in-law, "You're not better than me."
Oh, you're gonna love the next one.
No. Number 16, Brian Pillman's got a gun.
Oh, fuck. That's amazing.
Fantastic. Oh, I don't think that's number 15 on the history of Raw. The Shield implodes. I don't know. Maybe I would have ranked it a little higher.
No,
Yeah.
the next one too.
Festival of Friendship is good, but The Rock, This Is Your Life, I thought that was better. Yeah, nah, that Festival of Friendship was good. It was really good. I don't know. It's not one of the top moments. Daniel breaks free from the Wyatt family, number 13. No.
12 you'll agree with.
12, yes. DX invades Raw, absolutely. The Rock concert, number 11. Yeah, I don't know. Is that the one is that when Goldberg came out? If it was when Goldberg came out, then yeah, maybe. But, no, I don't know. Trish and Lita main event, yes, number 10. I agree. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 9, Brennan, Shawn bury the hatchet. Yeah. It's a little funny how we go from number 21, Shawn talking shit about Montreal, to now number 9, Bret and Shawn become old men and fucking bury the hatchet. Number 8.
Yeah.
Dad! I hate you! It's Triple H marries Stephanie McMahon. Of course they were going to put that on there. Number 7, the Asthmatic Gorilla returns.
The albino ape.
Fucking cauliflower eyebrows. Number 6, Austin versus Tyson. Yeah.
It wouldn't. I'll be honest. I would have put it further up in the list.
I mean, I see it on the list, but yeah, I get it. All right, number 5, Jericho debuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for that moment where he like for weeks you didn't know who the fuck it was, and then suddenly it's like Chris Jericho, and you're like, holy fuck, he just defected from WCW.
Yeah, because I mean, Big Show already. Well, Big Show came in that year, but it was on a pay-per-view. It wasn't on a Raw.
Yeah.
Number 4, the milk truck, beer bath. I'm happy they looped them together because they were the fucking same thing. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's totally cool. I actually had an idea years ago while Punk was hot. He should have came out with a Pepsi truck. That would have been cool.
Yeah, it would
have. Okay. Number 3, Shane reveals he bought WCW.
Yeah, that was a big moment. I mean, overall, the invasion fucking sucked, but...
Yeah, of course. Number 2, like I mentioned, CM Punk's pipe bomb.
Yeah.
I'm already going to guess what number 1 is.
Okay, make your guess.
Vince announces he purchased WCW.
Oh, they already did that.
No, not that Vince purchased it.
No, it was the same one. Shane reveals he bought WCW. That was the same Raw.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Well, alright. They should have, then, in the title, they should have looped that together.
Okay.
Because they made it sound like
Make a guess. Make a guess what it was.
Fuck, I'm trying to think. No, folks, I'm not scrolling.
It's actually brilliant. It actually does make a lot of sense.
I'm trying to think, what's left? Was it... Fuck, why am I blanking? Damn it. Fuck.
Remember, people, he's a wrestling fan.
all I can think of. Okay, I can either think of two things. History or Raw. I'm either gonna go with because WWE is a fucking bunch of idiots. I don't put anything past them. They're either gonna be stupid and talk about the fucking that the time that that one Raw where they had Patterson Briscoe or whatever, and Vince was on the same team as Austin, where like they supposedly had like 8 million viewers, or it's the Raw where Mankind won the WWE title.
Yep.
All right, let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, I was right on my second guess. All right, well, yeah, I agree because that kind of happened mainly because WCW was a bunch of fucking morons. Because they had the idea of, Mick Foley, who's that? They gave him the belt? No one can sympathize with him. Let's watch Hogan fucking finger poke Kevin Nash for a title that Hogan really needs. Oh, man. Yeah, you know what's funny, though? You look at this list, and a lot of this list pretty much results in, for the most part, it results in WWE actually needing to try. It actually, it's resulting in, wow, we're getting our asses handed to us by this company or this market or this or that. Our ratings are really bad. We need to do something drastic. That's what it resulted in.
WWE doesn't understand history because the same reasons that they're losing now and losing people and people are drifting away from their brand is because you have a company that is doing everything they used to do back in the 90s and it's edgy and bloody, and you're getting your fill of extreme and intense wrestling and pure wrestling, and they're doing all the hokey bullshit that WCW used to do, where let's buy out the rest of the talent in every other company and throw them ludicrous contracts. At the same time, we're not coming out and purely wrestling. We're making ludicrous, we're making ludicrous storylines. We're not actually focusing on the wrestling and what it needs to be done. And
right.
To be honest, as funny as it is, Jericho leaving a company and then appearing somewhere else is usually if history is any indicator, it's kind of the situation has become, guys, you gotta fix yourself. You're becoming WCW. If Jericho's going to another company because he knows that he can get a fantastic match out of guys that are outside the company, there's a reason that he's doing it. There's some kind of problem. If you had the talent in the company for him to be thinking that he could get a fantastic match out of, he wouldn't be leaving. You'd still have him on contract, So yeah, it might end up being the harbinger of later problems for WWE because they're doing well now. Let's see in another couple years.
Well, you know what? Jericho had said that WWE subliminally already put all their eggs in one basket. They already had their climax where they already did Braun and Brock. They already did Joe. They did Joe and Brock. They already did Roman and Cena. It's like what's left for them to do? Okay, TNA just let go of Impact just let go of Lashley. There's no excuse now for WWE to bark up some money for Lashley and for them to do something with him and Brock.
Which I would actually watch.
Yes, which a lot of people would act, and I know a lot of people go, "Oh, Lashley sucks. Lashley's this. Lashley is a lot fucking better than Brock Lesnar. Believe you me." And both guys are around the same age. I think Lashley might even be a little older.
Yeah, but Lashley can actually work and can actually do a match longer than 8 minutes.
Okay, Lashley. Yeah, all right. Lashley's a year older than Brock Lesnar. He's about the same age, and the guy.
But he's in better shape. He's in better shape, and he looks fucking younger.
I guess to be fair, we're not kind of fair to Brock in this sense, where Lashley and all these other guys never really did have part of their intestine ripped out of them, like they had to do the fucking what's his name there? Lesnar.
Bork?
Yeah, Lesnar. He didn't have.
I'm sorry. I'm not even. No, I'm not calling him Lesnar. I'm not calling him Brock. He's Bork. He's Bork.
Can I ask?
Bork Lesnar.
Can I ask where that Bork Lesnar name originally came from?
You don't know? Bork Lesnar's from Wrestling Empire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
they called him Bork Lesnar.
I mean, the only name I knew Bork Lesnar was from was fucking that dude Grimm that had Virgil over his house. He had like a fucking he had like a stupid toy show or whatever, and he was calling Bork Lesnar, and he was
That's
actually
where he got it from.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know. That's the only place I really knew was from, but I had a feeling it was from everywhere. It was from somewhere else.
Yeah, it's from Wrestling Empire.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he's Bork Lesnar. You know, can we just call a lot of these guys that suck? Can we just call them by their Wrestling Empire names from now on?
Oh God, yeah, let's do that.
I gotta actually look at this game again and look at this roster.
It still fucking runs because of all the goddamn. Oh no! Before we leave, we got one other thing that we gotta talk about.
Oh, what Scott Armstrong being a pain in the ass, or
no. You know.
I'm not even gonna talk.
To do with 2K.
You know, Pat.
Yeah.
I was a good boy, and I didn't talk about that at all this entire show. But all right. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna make sure I have. I'm gonna try to be calm here when I talk about this. So I want to explain. I'm gonna try to explain this as good as I possibly can. Okay. So WWE 2K18. We all know how the series is for everyone that's played it. We all know the problems that this fucking Nintendo Switch has, and the reason why you should not buy it for Nintendo Switch if you have one. If you actually come across it, you should probably burn it or throw it in the river and make sure it never fucking makes the fucking the time of day ever again because of how atrocious the game looks. But besides the point, 2K has to keep putting out updates for this game because of how many glitches there is. We have a total so far of 7 fucking patch updates from October 13th to now. 7 in 3 months. So that's a telltale sign right there. So anyway, with these patches, and they're trying to fix the game, mind you, there comes this point where, okay, for instance, you say you download a wrestler. I don't know, Pat. Give me a wrestler. Think of a wrestler that's not in the game, like someone that when you look at, like, they have a lot of detail to their attire.
Cheeseburger.
Okay, all right. We'll just say cheeseburger. Or better yet, all right. We'll go with Kenny Omega. So okay, say you want to download Kenny Omega, right? If in order to get this character to look the most realistic, what they have now is they have these. They have this thing now where you go on, like, a website. I think it's. All right. It's just pretty much www.2k18.2k.com. really catchy fucking website name. But anyway, you can upload an image there, and it gives you like a little token where you plug it in, and you upload the images to the community creation server, and you take those images and you apply them to your character. So you get like the actual face of Kenny Omega, you get actual like his actual tight designs, you get actual renders of the actual fucking person. So, say Kenny Omega takes up, I don't know, say the character model takes about 22 images, right? In order for that character to look as great as it possibly can, all images are supposed to work, right? No. If you go into deletion utility, you look at some of the images on there, and you could scroll down, you could see like his hair, you could see some of his logos, you could see his face render, and then you'll see just a blank screen, meaning that that logo does not work. And the logo and that fucking problem happened ever since they started putting out fucking patch updates. So what do? If you figure, hey, I'm just gonna delete it, I'll delete the image. No, it deletes the entire fucking character and the character's broken. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. So, what fucks you up is, say you have that character in universe mode. Say you put Kenny Omega in universe mode, you deleted one of his images, the file's broken now, right? No, you cannot get rid of the fucking thing. Even if you try to delete universe mode, that's saved for universe mode, you can't fucking delete it. It's stuck there. The character is stuck there. There's a complete glitch where the character's stuck to the point where you have to erase your entire fucking data just to get your game to work normal again, to have fucking save space.
Damn.
Fuck you, 2K. Fuck you. I never had this problem. I legitimately felt like I was playing a game on Steam. I had no idea that this game was gonna have so many fucking cognitive problems to the point where you can't even simply download a character.
There's good stuff on Steam.
I'm talking about the bad. I'm not talking about the good. I'm talking about the bad, because there's bad with Steam. But yes, I really did not feel like I was playing a game on a game console. And now I reached the point where because I'm one of those guys where, because I'm more of a, I've always been more of a, oh man, I love PWG and Ring of Honor and Japan and Lucha Underground. I want to have all these guys. And now I got to the point where I realized, okay, you're only maxed out at 1,000 images. Now, I did the math. So, I was able to get the game going again and download some guys, and it's like, okay, right now all I have is Kenny Omega of 22 images, Okada at 30 images, and then a couple arenas, which have about like 5 images apiece, and I downloaded 4 of them. So that's 5 times 4, that's 20 images right there. So you have 20 images plus 30, that's 50, plus 22, that's 72 images right there. So you only have about not even 900 something left, just about. So you can't even have 100 characters in the game. And if one of the images don't even work, you're fucking screwed. So it's like, it almost defeats the purpose of even trying to download anybody anymore, because of how broken the fucking community creation system is.
But you downloaded so many the last game, 2K17, you had a full roster. So what the fuck happened from 2K17 to 2K18 now?
Well, right now I have nobody. All I have is 2 guys. I went from having 100 to 2 guys now. I have to start all over. All at work, done. War Machine, 2 Hogans that I had, the Hollywood and Classic Hogan, fucking Owen Hart, Paul Orndorff, China, Rosemary, Suzuki, fucking Yuji Nagata, Shibata, all gone. Young Bucks, Evil, Tanahashi, Hiromu, Naito, all gone, everybody. New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, yeah, see you later. Gangrel, Al Snow, gone. I have to fucking re-download everyone, remake everything.
And then the worst thing is, what happens if they end up what happens if they lose all these guys? Like, let's say something happens to the server. You'll never be able to download them again.
Oh, they shut down the server after so many games.
No, I mean but that's the point. Like, what happens? Like, if something happens to the server, what happens what happens when you go back on? Like, let's say you go back on and something happens to the server, like something happens and they wipe the servers by accident or something, and all those characters are gone. You're not gonna unless that person goes and uploads the character again. You're never gonna find it again. So you might like that. It might be a really good Kenny Omega that you like, and then you download it, and your fucking game corrupted itself. Good luck trying to find him again.
Yep, and mind you, the character that alright, there's 2 Kenny Omegas that are around. The one I downloaded, which was the best, is at 29,000 downloads on PS4, and the other one is at 64,000 downloads. So, the fact that they have these, and Adam Cole, I think, is at like 69 downloads or whatever, or 70. But, yeah. 2K. I'm not. I can't say I'm not pissed off. I can't say I'm not disappointed, because I am. But yeah. It's
now
bullshit.
You're really hoping for that New Japan game, huh?
Oh, dude, I'm hoping more than ever. But anyway,
right.
we gotta wrap it up. We gave you guys a really good long show here, so next week we should be back. I don't know why, for some reason I did not mark down. Originally, I did not mark down last Tuesday when I was next Tuesday when I was doing the schedule. I don't know if I have anything going on as to why I didn't fucking originally schedule a show for next Tuesday. But as of right now, you will be getting a KTR on the 23rd. I don't know if it'll be as late. We're gonna try to shoot for 11 or 11:30, whatever. But yeah. Check out our good buddies, Chat Flat, the Pro Wrestling Weekly, on thefedspodcast.com. You got Retro with the Stro with our good buddy Rob Kellum, a.k.a. the Maestro of WCW, on VoxNation.com. It's Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Also Wrestling Soup, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Mixler, Thursday nights. They're also on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as us. We are on iTunes, Stitcher, and now Spreaker. So, for everyone that's a listener on Spreaker, also gonna try to get us on Discord, trying to set that up as well. YouTube, obviously, you can find us at Kayfabe Talk Radio. We're constantly trying to keep up with that, as well as Facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio. And KFabeTalkRadio.com, where you can find all our updates and news and all that, what's going on with us, and, so on and so forth. We have all our links as well for Twitter. I'm on Twitter at EricTheRed211. And we got J.R. Earl's art, for that guy that sometimes shows up on this show, that does art.
What's his name again?
J.R. Earl's art. Wolfman. His name is Wolfman.
Wolfman.
His name is
Wolfman.
Wolfman.
He just sounds like a mark.
Yeah, he's a mark for himself. And then we got also on Twitter, we got Mr. _Bonesaw for all your gripes and complaints on the show.
Yes.
So, with that said, guys, thank you all for listening live.